All right, welcome back to the channel. I want to talk today about the situation with the Chicago Bears. They have now hired a new head coach and the Lions offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. We're just going to throw some college football 25 B-roll in the background here so you can look at that while I'm talking here. But, the Bears have a new head coach. They're obviously going to be in a better situation with Ben Johnson. Assuming he turns out to be a great head coach. But the thing is, I think that people want to assume that Caleb Williams is going to be an insanely better quarterback. He's still going to have to develop. I know a lot of the style of offense they were running in Detroit. They like trick plays. If you saw in the divisional round, they had that pitch to I think it was David Montgomery, and then he threw the shovel pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown. They had the like an end around, sort of a throw down the field by Jameson Williams that got picked off. I don't know how much they're going to sprinkle that in Chicago. You have to assume they're going to want to do it sometimes. He's a very creative play caller. If I'm Ben Johnson, I'm calling the plays. I'm not letting anyone else do it. And then I also think they're going to want to run the ball. They're going to want to take some of that off of Caleb Williams. He's a young quarterback. He has a lot of talent, but he is still a young quarterback. He's still learning. I do think you want to take some of the pressure off of him by being able to run the ball successfully. If they could get like Ashton Jeanty in the draft or a big free agent running back, I don't think, who do they have now? Is it DeAndre Swift, I think? He's not the answer, okay? I'm going to tell you, he wasn't the answer in Detroit. He wasn't the answer when he was in Philly. He's not the answer in Chicago. He would be like an okay running back number 2, I would say. I don't believe he's a good RB1. That's just my opinion. If you want to disagree, you can disagree in the comments. That's fine. But I think they need to look for another running back, maybe even 2 more running backs. I know they loved what they had in Detroit with Jahmyr Gibbs and then also David Montgomery, kind of a thunder and lightning. I know they like to call him Sonic and Knuckles, but, and then Caleb Williams is talented. He's got a few good receivers. I don't know how long they're going to hang on to Keenan Allen, but he's got DJ Moore. He's got Rome Odunze. He's got Cole Kmet, who's a really good tight end. Could maybe just one more piece, maybe another receiver, but I think where they really need to improve as well as running back is on the offensive line. If the offensive line does not improve, you're not going to get anywhere. You need an offensive lineman. You might need 2 offensive linemen. This offensive line has not been good for a long time, and we know that, and yet we keep seeing them not do anything to improve it. You see what the Chargers did by drafting Joe Alt instead of going for a receiver. They really improved that offensive line, and they got better. They got better at running the ball. They got better, protecting Justin Herbert. He might have had a bad playoff game, but they had a really good season, an offensive lineman in the draft, I don't think is out of the question. Maybe not in the first round. A first round offensive lineman would be great, but they could even wait till the second round, maybe even later in the draft. You can probably still get somebody that's going to be helpful. It's not a particularly deep draft as far as, a lot of positions. So, and then I think, Ben Johnson, I think it's just going to be refreshing for the Bears to have an offensive-minded coach. They've had a lot of coaches that are more defensive-minded, more on the side of, they're worrying about the defense first. And they're not offensive-minded guys. They don't know how to develop a quarterback. They're not. They're kind of leaving it to the offensive coordinator, and then they don't have great offensive coordinators. So, you look at some of the quarterbacks they had, they kind of blew things with Justin Fields. They weren't really able to develop him. Is Justin Fields a good quarterback? I think he could have been put in a better position to be a good quarterback, and he wasn't. And you look at Mitchell Trubisky before him. Was he a good quarterback? Again, he could have been put in a better position. Maybe he wasn't good, but could he have been better if he had been set up to succeed a little more? Maybe. But, they can't do that again with Caleb Williams. They have to put him in a position to succeed. They have to give him opportunities to, win some games and just develop, just get better at throwing, get better at reading the defense. He needs to be able to, identify, coverages and things that, at an NFL level are expected of you, and, I think Ben Johnson's going to be able to help him with some of those things. Could they be a really good team, a couple of years from now? That's the hope, but, if things go well, they're in a tough division too. You look at 3 of the 4 teams in that division made the playoffs, and the Bears were not one of them. They're going to have to go, twice a year against the Lions, the Packers, and the Vikings, and those are all really good teams right now. And for the Bears to get better, they're going to have to win those games, those divisional games. So I guess we'll see. Leave it down in the comments what you think about Ben Johnson, what you think about the Bears. Do you think Caleb Williams is going to be successful with him? Let me know. That's going to do it for this video. I will see you in the next one. And I'm actually going to designate this as a podcast. I'm going to do several videos like this. Try to do one at least once a week, maybe twice a week. And they'll be in a podcast type playlist. So you'll see that also. So I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.